Am I too old for YouTube? The reality of being a new YouTuber in his mid-50s. See, here's the thing. This is a young person's game, but I look at that more as an advantage than I do a challenge. Here's why. All this technology didn't even exist when I was younger, but not just for me. A lot of folks my age. What I'm getting at is the mid-50s, early 60s, late 40s folks, they're rather underserved. Because while we may have kids that are in their 20s, we don't necessarily relate to the content they want to create. So being of my age and my experience, I see that as an advantage. Another thing is, there's going to be a huge learning curve. Yes, this technology didn't exist when I was young, but it's so freaking user-friendly. And believe it or not, you can find YouTube videos to help you figure out how to do things like turn on a microphone, edit a video, do some overlays, maybe do some voiceover, all the stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, neither did I about 6 months ago, but I figured it out. And yeah, it's a pretty steep learning curve, but it can be done if you want to do it. Here's another hot take. Your first video is probably going to flop. And what I mean by flop, it's going to stink. You're not going to have any idea what you're doing. Your editing's going to suck, or if it exists even at all. The content, questionable maybe. It's just going to be an experience. Just recognize that your first 2, 3, 15, 20 videos are not going to be good. It's going to be an opportunity to learn. It's going to be an opportunity to figure it out. I mean, why are we doing this? Because we want to get rich? No. We want to have something to do. We want to have a hobby. We want to have an opportunity. We want to learn. We want to keep our minds fresh. Maybe we want to share our experience with people, and maybe you'll find a community that you can bond and grow with. Here's an ugly truth. Talking to the camera is not going to be comfortable until it is. The fun part is, you have no idea when that's going to occur. When you're going to feel comfortable talking to literally no one. Talking to a camera, imagining you have a friend out here you're having a conversation with. It's not going to be comfortable. It's going to feel really awkward. It's going to feel unfamiliar. And then all of a sudden, you're going to turn the camera on one day and you're just going to, it's going to flow. It's going to feel natural. It's going to feel like you've been doing it your whole life. The fun part is, you don't know how long that's going to take. The struggle with that is, you've got to keep doing it until it happens. So, stay at it until that discomfort goes away. Here's another one. It's a little bit touchy. Well, it's not touchy. It's just reality. Growth is going to be slow until it's not. If you expect to make 5 videos, 10 videos, and become the next viral sensation, I got some news for you. More than likely, that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is you're going to get better at all the stuff I've already mentioned. You're going to be more comfortable with the editing, the voiceovers, talking to the camera, all the things. And by default, you're going to get better at making videos. You're going to get better at choosing topics, titles, thumbnails, all the stuff. And because of that, more people are going to see it. More people are going to resonate with it. And then your growth is going to start to take off. You never know. You might get lucky and pop one off and have a viral video, and then your growth is meteoric. But don't expect that. Expect it to be slow. It's not linear. It'll be a slight increase, a slight increase, a slight increase, and then exponentially it'll start to go up. But it'll only go up if you don't quit. Here's the best part, and I saved it for last for a reason, about being a new YouTuber in your mid-50s. is your experience and your message matter more than your fancy editing. You've lived some life. You got a little wear on your tires. You've got some experience that the younger folks I mentioned at the beginning just don't have. And you'll be able to share that with folks and help them go through the challenges that comes with being in your 20s, your 30s, and even in your 40s that we've lived through, and we can relate to them, and they're going to relate to us, and they're going to see our message and hopefully learn something before it's too late, if you know what I'm saying. Because we all know that experience is expensive, and if you can learn from somebody else's experience, it doesn't cost you as much. So being a new YouTuber in his mid-50s, it's a little bit challenging, but it's fun. It's a journey. It's just like any new thing in your life. You're going to get out of it exactly what you put into it. And if you treat it like an occasional thing, it's going to reward you like an occasional thing. If you treat it like a hobby, let's just say like pickleball, you pick it up and you get after it every weekend. You get after YouTube every weekend and you're going to get better. You're going to be able to hit those kill shots, serve that ball, make those videos, add that content, and you're going to get better and better, and it's going to be very rewarding. Look at it like this. Do it for you. Do it for getting your message out there, maybe leaving your legacy for the next generation, for your grandkids maybe. But do it for you first and foremost. Be your authentic self. And I believe you'll find some folks who can relate to you. There's too many people in this world to think that you're the only person that can relate to you. Personally, I think that's a little bit shallow thinking, because I think each and every one of us make this world a better place. And if we can add a little bit of value to some people's lives, starting a YouTube channel is well worth it. And I highly recommend it. I'm 4 months in, and I do not plan on stopping anytime. This is way too much fun. I enjoy the heck out of getting my thoughts out of my head and on video. And what even makes it more fun is when you get that comment that says, I agree with what you're saying. This really hit home. You're speaking directly to me. So if you're out there and you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, I don't think I could ever do it. Yes, you can. But you have to start. You have to start. You have to get consistent. Give yourself some grace and keep going. You didn't learn to ride a bike the first time you got on it. You had to fall down, skin your knees, get back on it, and learn until you figured out how to balance. And then you figured out how to ride with just one hand, and then no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. And then bike riding, you can do for the rest of your life. Treat YouTube like a ride in the park. You got this.